Number one is the most important thing, like I said earlier, was that I was sincere. That anybody like I told you, I did business with Deji. Deji then used to give me a credit of like 10-20 million naira, and I will pay the money to the last kobo. You understand? Yes. Money to the last kobo. Okay. Let me tell you what happened this Idem in Turkey. A Cameroonian lady went to trade fair and met that company and told them that if they can connect a man in Nigeria, they call Francophone, that they won't have any problem. And that lady was representing the company that I represent in Nigeria in Cameroon. So she knows my capacity. She knows what I used to do in that company, that what I buy in that company in a year, she can't buy it in 10 years. So and the company now started writing me, the Turkish company started writing to me. So but I was not that keen. So they were disturbing me, while a lot of people were disturbing the company, but the company was disturbing me, that they want me to represent them. So eventually I agreed. You can't believe it that they gave me 40-feet container. Then I think it was $200,000 credit.
Wow.
And these are the companies I have never met the chairman. I have never known them. They don't know me from Adam. But it was just a testimony of somebody, and they gave me a credit of $200,000. So somebody, a company that I have not known. So I think it was after they sent that goods that the man became a G3 and became afraid. Maybe somebody told him, a Nigerian, the headquarters of criminals or people that are not sincere. And so I told the man, I said, even if I die, your money, we are going to pay your money to the last kobo. At the end of the day, I was able to pay the whole money to the man. Today, if I go to Turkey, the man treats me more than the way he could treat a president. Yes, the way the man treats me. You understand what I mean? He will give me a car, give me 5-star. If that hotel, I've told the man if he can give me the money of that hotel, then I could look for a smaller hotel, a 5-star hotel. It's a hotel that I think then he was paying about $600. I mean €600. I think 600 euro, yes, per night. You understand? Just like when you talk or when you say $600, today now I think a dollar should be about 50-something thousand, Abi. And so when you talk about $600, that's about 300-something thousand naira a night. So to me, I feel it is a waste. So if he can give me that money, I know I can get a hotel, a cheaper hotel. But he treats me as a very big man because of my honesty. So if I call him now on the phone and I say I need this, tomorrow the thing will be in Nigeria. He will not even ask me how are you going to pay and the blah blah like that, because he believes that if I want to eat his money, I could have gone with that $200,000. So, but for me to pay the money means that this is an honest man. And the same thing with the Egypt people. When I got to Syria, and the man said, Franco, I don't think we can find anybody like you in the whole Africa, because the man that was representing them before I came in was an Egyptian, and they were in court when we took over. He was in court with the guy that was representing them because the guy ate their money, an Egyptian. So when we came in, and he was afraid, but later now I discovered that we are different from the other people. So, and when they were moving to Egypt from Syria, I know how much loan I gave to them. So, but later they gave me goods to cover the money that I gave to them as a loan. It was a very big relief, but they moved their machines, their everything down to Egypt, pay for accommodation there and all that. So it was not easy. So I now gave them that loan, and later they supply me some goods to cover the money. So I have a very strong relationship with them.
So number one is honesty. I want to list three. So what is number two?
Number two is hard work, and number three is customer relationship. You see your customers as, these are the people, whatever I am today, it is these people. So you respect them, you treat them well. No matter whether it's a small customer, a big customer, you treat them well. You respect them. You know, so if there is any issue, you try to see how you can solve it and make sure that everybody is happy. You see, everybody is happy. Like the percentage you give to them, some people say it's too much. I said these are the people that are okay. Like I'm sitting down here, they are the ones that are in the field. They sell to customer, to talk to convince one person to buy your product is not easy. You talk. Some people will come take pictures of what they want. Go after about 3 days, they come back, they say no, my wife don't like this. It's not, and you have to be following. It's somebody that is doing all that job. So at the end of the day, you make sure you give him something that is, it is that a percentage that is motivating them. Like we give them 20%. So if you sell goods of like 200,000, you are making like 40,000 naira. So most of the time it's called that what we make is not near what they make. But when they are struggling and they are trying to convince a customer, they know that at the end of the day, if this customer could buy this thing, that is going to make something reasonable. But if what you are giving to them is peanut, they won't be motivated. So that is number 3. Like I said, number 1 is honesty. Number 2 is the hard work. And number 3 is good customer relationship. You know what is hard work? Hard work is you get up when you're supposed to get up. You make sure that your office is open the normal time, and it's not maybe because you have made money or because you feel you are okay. You just come anytime you want to come, close anytime you want to close. You people that come to buy things from you, they will not even answer. This is when this man, you go there, sometimes you meet him, sometimes you go there, you don't meet him, and things like that. You work hard, and you make sure that what customers want is always there. You see, sometimes we go out of our way, we bring things by air, very expensive. Even if we bring by air, sometimes we don't make any profit, but we make sure that the product is there so that people don't come and say, this one Kosi, this one is not available, that is not available, this one is not available, this one is not available. So we go out of our way to bring this thing by air, just to make sure that these things is available. It's not even making money, but to make sure that it's available. So this is what I mean by you work very hard and make sure that at every particular point in time that you are on. Because if people come and this one is not available, it could discourage them. So working hard, like I said, you get up when you're supposed to get up. You have a specific time you close that time. You open when you're supposed to open. You make sure that you treat your customers well. Whatever they need, even if it is not available, sometimes we order when they need it. We give them, okay, please, can you give us a week or 2 weeks? In those days, give us a week or 2 weeks. We order this thing from there, and it will get to Nigeria. Here we call them, and they come and pick it and things like that. Well, a lot of factors, a lot of things. Number 1 is that so many people need money, but they don't want to work. That's number 1. They need money, they love money, they know what they can do with money, but they are not ready to work. Number 2 is insincerity. When I told you, when I was dealing with the Deji, my good friend, somebody came to him, and the person was complaining, how can an Igbo man come here and be championing your business and is almost in charge of everything? And I said, and I think Deji told the person, look, if I will give you the type of credit I give to the truth is that nobody will see you again. You may disappear. But I've been dealing with this guy for years, and when I give him anything, he returns my money. Like we all know, we have a lot of people in this country that are rich, but they don't see people that they can trust that are going to help them to manage their wealth or their riches. Most of the people that come across them just want to grab something and they go and they run away. So they are afraid to even deal with people because they don't know who is who and who is straightforward. So the major problem we have here is insincerity. A lot of, especially this new generation, they want money, but that is why you see all these Yahoo people and so many dubious people. A lot of people, they want money, tell you stories, and they collect your money and you will not see them. So that is, I think that's just the reason why so many people are poor. Number 2, insincerity. Number 1, insincerity. Number 3 is that they are not ready to do anything. Some people want money, but the one mistake they are making, they don't even know that getting money, that is little by little by little by little by little by little. That is how most of these people you see today that are billionaires, that is how most of them started, to be focused. You are focused, you know where you are going, and then gradually and the little by little you are grabbing, you are getting the money, you are putting it together. That is how some of them grow. Most of them now are what they are today. Like when you talk about Innocent, talk about Ibeto, Cement, Innocent, even Kostari started with one small shop, but today is a billionaire. The same thing with Innocent. Most of them started little, and they're where they are today. So this new generation, these small boys now, they think you can just every come, you hit it big. So they don't want to have patience and full and gradually get there. They are in a hurry. Most of them are in a hurry. Okay, like impatient. Like now you need a worker. You put a signboard out there, you need a worker, or even on the media that you need a worker. You see a lot of people will come, but how many of them are ready to do that work? You see, if you can receive more than 100 applications or even 200 applications, you need only one person or two. You get more than 200 applications, but at the end of the day, it's clear that nobody there, they don't want to work. Some of them will come and they want to steal. They want to even close down the company. So they are not ready to work. They want to grab it quick. You see? So yes, lack of yes. So that is it. Like when you have a lot,
like you give somebody duped you, or you're falling short of something, or you lost huge amount of money. Any bad experience that you can remember in business?
Well, you give credit to some people, and that is the end of it. You will not get the money back. You won't even see the person again. So many of them like that. And that's why today we very, very careful even to give credit to anybody. Like we know some of the bad guys have damaged they have closed the door for even sincere people. So even when a sincere person comes to you and say, please help me and give me, I will bring the money back, and you said no because of what you have gone through. Yesterday, I went to the bank. I went to court yesterday. I went to court with a particular bank. I don't want to mention the name of the bank. I went to court yesterday because a worker came to me and I want her to fix their money. That they gave her a target. So it was out of pity for me that I fixed that money. So it was when the money now matured. When I got to the bank, I discovered that the lady did not fix the money with the bank and the blah blah like that. So it became an issue, and before you knew what was going on, the lady has absconded and left the bank with what I had. They said the money that she went out with was about 80 something million naira. My own was involved and so many other people. So that one also where now we went to court. Well, yesterday I was at Ikoyi court. So a lot of them like that. So a lot of them. It's very risky. Business is a very risky adventure. Even some of the boys that are working with you, some will, I know some my former manager, storeman, was stealing my goods and was selling until one day God arrested him. Even one of the sales ladies sold something and they collected all the money. And then later, through the CCTV that we discovered, because when we checked our records, discovered that something was missing, and she denied. It was CCTV that so a lot. Number one is leaving your area and venturing into something that you don't know much about because your friend is doing better in that area. Let me give you an instance. A friend of mine, was also into the same paper business, called me sometime about 3-4 years ago that he bought shares, and the thing is giving him money that he wants me to enter into it. I think he borrowed money from bank to buy those shares. He bought 2 million shares at 88 naira. That's about 16 million naira for those 2 million shares. And the guy persuaded me. I said, look, I know what God wants me to do, and I am doing what God has asked me to do. Because when God asks you to do a particular thing, He will give you the grace to do that thing. But when you now leave that area and you want to venture into another area because your friend is doing well there, the grace to do that is not given to you. So you may go there and you will not do well, and you can burn your hands there. So the guy persuaded me. I said no. Moreover, my oga taught me that the money we use to buy shares, when you have surplus money, you now, instead of keeping that money lying fallow without anything, you can invest it in shares. My guy did not teach me to go and borrow money from bank and buy shares. So the guy continued. I didn't want to go into that because I don't know much about that area. So one day I was passing, he called me, said, the share I bought 8 naira today is 11 naira 20 kobo. So 8, 9, 10, 11, that I have made the 3 naira 20 kobo per share into 2 million. That's 6.4 million naira. I said that is your luck, and the possibility that is what God wants to give to you. So it was like that until maybe after 6 months after that time, I now had that share, the share business or share whatever has crashed. So that share of 8 naira something, today now or then it was about 2 naira something. So the guy nearly died. He had to sell the land he has in Mushi here, he sold so many things. In fact, he was working for the bank because every money he made, he paid to the bank, and he used his house at Bagada as a collateral. So the bank was struggling to keep that, and that is where he was living. So if the bank had taken that, there was no place for him to stay. So he was doing all these things to keep the house he gave to that bank as a collateral. So the interest he was paying, even after he had paid for about a year, 2 years now, I heard that the bank was even saying that what he was servicing is the interest, that the original money is still there. I heard that after some time they went to bank, either he took the court to the bank, or he took the bank to court, or the court took him, the bank took him to court. I don't know exactly. But I now said within myself, if I had listened to him, if I did not stay within my area, I would have entered into problem. So that is the mistake some people make, because you are Mr. A, who is your friend, is doing well in electronics, and you don't know anything about electronics. You jump into it, and you get there, you have problem. And another one is collecting loans from bank. You see, I don't know, but I have never done that. You see, I work within the limit of my resources, because most of the people I know that have collected money from banks, some of them don't end well. Some of them don't end well. Some die of heart attack, some stroke, some, you understand what I mean? So you go collecting loan, unless if you import something and you need some money to clear the goods. So if you get the money from bank and they clear the goods, you try as much as possible to sell whatever you can sell, and they pay them their money, their interest and everything before you begin to sell the bulk of the goods. That one you can do it, or when you need money to do something, but not to borrow money to do business. You want to import, you want to borrow money from bank, unless you have to calculate very well, because most of the people I know that have borrowed money from bank, they don't end well. You see, so these are the mistakes people make. And trusting people. Another one is trusting people, maybe because a particular person is good to you, because it is that man that you are giving something that is paying. He's the one that you give to one day and you will not pay again. Is it? So you have a limit. Even if you have a customer and you are giving that customer facility, maybe credit facility, there must be a limit. If it is 500,000, there must be a limit. Because it's not maybe you give somebody 500,000 naira credit today, he pays you. Tomorrow you give him 1 million, he pays you. The other day increase it to 2 million. At a stage now, it's so open that he can come and pick anything. That is no limit. He can even come and carry goods of 5 million because he paid 500,000 naira yesterday, paid 1 million naira today. So he can come tomorrow and say, okay, 5 million naira, you don't die. It doesn't have a limit. It's the same person that maybe one day you will pick something and you will not see him again. So even if you are giving somebody facility, there must be a limit. Is a limit of within what you can endure if anything happens. Because remember that credit facility you are giving to the person is not secured. He has not dropped anything in case if in case of eventuality or in case of default. He has not dropped anything as a collateral. So it's an unsecured loan and anything can happen. Is it? So you have to give him what you know you can bear in case of default or in case of any distance. So I think that's the mistake some people make, because a particular customer has done one or two things and you just open up and you give him whatever he wants and something like that. Well, number one is that you have to let them know that they can trust you. Now let me go back to this. There was a time the accountant, one Mr. Deleye, told me that my check was as good as cash. That anytime I give them check, they regard my check as a cash. Because when I give them check to them, I will follow that check. I have never, my 8-10 years operation with them, I've never given them a check and they go to bank and they return that check because either there is no money or whatever. Is it? So you have to build that trust. They know that this man, if you tell them, okay, if they give you something and you say, I'm going to pay tomorrow, that tomorrow, if you cannot pay, call them on the phone. Please, I can't pay today. I told you I'll pay this morning today, Friday, but something happened. I can't pay today, Friday. Please give me till Monday next week. Don't wait for them to call you. Maybe around 6 o'clock or 5. Mr. Frank, you said you are going to pay on Friday. We have not seen you. We have not seen your money. I said, I'm sorry. Please. No, it's not good. So let them know that this man his words is his bond. Whatever he says, they stand by it. So these are the way you build that trust and you build the relationship, and people can trust you. People you can say this is what you can do, and like I said, you don't if you know you don't have money in them, but don't give them check, or if you give them, you can give them a post-dated check that this is when money will be available. It's better that way than to give somebody a check and they go put it in the bank, they return the check, they say, okay, pay it back again. They pay it back, they return it. After some time, say, if you tell them to pay, they won't want to pay because they are, you understand what I mean? Even after some time, when you go there now, you give them a check, they say, now so this man, wahala too much, now so you go bring check now, that check will not work, and the things like that. So that's it. You build the relationship and let people trust you. Let them know that this is what you can do. Let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Let people trust you. Yeah, that's it. I think. Well, the only thing I tell them, I say, is that we have to bear in mind that we are all strangers here, and that one day, no matter what we have, no matter who we are going to leave this place and we go. So we have to be very careful generally in life, and whatever position you find yourself, you know it is just the grace of God. It's not that you are stronger than anybody, or that you are more educated than anybody. Just like the Bible says that it's not by power or by might, but by my strength, by my how did the Bible put it? It's not by power or by my might, but by spirit, says the Lord. You see, it is not by strength. We are what we are today, not by strength, because the Bible says, by strength shall no man prevail. It is not because you are a righteous person You understand what I mean? Said that our righteousness is like a filthy rags in the sight of God. It's just the grace of God and the mercy of God. Yeah, so you see your fellow human being as a creature of God. And what I am today, like I said, is God's, is the hand of God. And also that man you are looking down on can become anything tomorrow. He can become the president of Nigeria tomorrow. He can become the governor, can become anything. So see your fellow human being as a creature of God that is evolving. That person can become anything tomorrow. And also believe in yourself. What you must realize that there's nothing you do in this life, no matter whatever you do, you must feel people that will criticize you. So don't try to please everybody. Just do what you know is good and you are best, and you leave the rest. And the most important is to have a very good relationship with your maker, a very good relationship with God. Because the whole world might leave you, but God will not leave you. And at times, what happens in your life is, I think it is orchestrated by God. It is God that planned it. God has done it in a way so that He will show you who He is. Even when your friends leave you, your family, everybody abandons you. As long as God is with you, you don't have any problem. He might allow that to happen so that He will show you that He is there. You understand what I mean? So I think that's just that. We are here. We do our little best, what we can do, and we leave the rest. No matter what, we are at the end of the day, we have to go. There are people that were here before us, and we are now here today. So maybe some 10, 20, 30 years to come, some of us, we may not be here, and the other people will occupy this position. I could remember in those days when I was younger, some names that I used to hear in my village, all of them have gone, and today it is our turn. A day is coming when we all go, and it will turn on for people that are coming after us. So that is the way life is, and it has to continue that way. So that's just that. So the little you can do to assist people, help people, you do, and you have to be very careful when you are also helping. You have to be very careful when you also helping, because you might help somebody and you enter into problem for trying to help somebody. So that's why you need God to lead you and to direct you. The Bible says that many as are led by the Spirit of the Lord, they are the sons of God. Allow God to lead you. Allow God to direct you. Because somebody might even come pretending to need help, but in the actual sense of it, he wants something. I heard from in my village, I had so many people are saying that you can give money to somebody, you will not use that money and go and do juju and something like that to tie the person. So how do you now know who is sincerely in need of help and who wants to collect that money and go and do juju? So how do you know? It is God that will be leading you and be directing you. You understand what I mean? So that's just that.